An ancient civilization over 2,000 years ago, where the world still relied on the simplest tools, where even the idea of electricity was unheard of. And yet, in the middle of an excavation in Iraq, archaeologists discovered something that changed our view of ancient technology forever. A small, unassuming clay jar with strange components inside. This artifact, known today as the Baghdad Battery, has baffled scientists and historians alike because it resembles something we associate with modern technology, a battery. But how could an ancient civilization have created a device capable of generating electricity? What was it used for, and why does it exist? Let's travel back to 1938, when German archaeologist Wilhelm Koenig discovered this clay jar among other artifacts at a site near Baghdad, Iraq. At first, it looked like any other simple relic, but upon closer examination, it revealed something peculiar. Inside this clay jar was a copper cylinder, which housed an iron rod. The top was sealed with an asphalt plug holding everything in place. Immediately, Koenig noticed something remarkable. The arrangement of materials resembled the setup of an electrochemical cell, much like a battery. Could it be that this ancient artifact was capable of producing electricity? Koenig believed so. He suggested that this artifact, which dates back to the Parthian or Sasanian period, might have been used as a primitive battery. The copper cylinder and iron rod, when submerged in an acidic liquid like vinegar or grape juice, would react to produce a small amount of electricity. The idea seemed incredible. How could a society that didn't even have a concept of electricity understand how to build a battery? But Koenig's theory couldn't be dismissed so easily. The setup of the Baghdad Battery was surprisingly similar to how modern batteries function, leading many to wonder if this ancient civilization had knowledge of electricity that was lost over time. Now the question arises, if the Baghdad Battery was indeed a source of electricity, what could it have been used for? Some historians suggest it might have had ceremonial or ritualistic uses. In ancient civilizations, electricity wasn't something people understood scientifically, but they might have observed its effects. Imagine a priest using a primitive battery to create a mild electric shock or spark during a religious ritual. The experience could have seemed magical or divine to the average person, adding mystery and awe to religious ceremonies. To the people of that era, this small device could have appeared like a tool from the gods, something far beyond everyday understanding. Another theory proposes that the battery could have been used for medicinal purposes. Electricity has long been associated with healing practices, even in recent centuries. Could it be that ancient healers used mild electric currents from these batteries to treat ailments? While there's no concrete evidence of this, it's an intriguing possibility. Ancient medical practices were often based on what we now call pseudoscience, but the idea that these ancient people might have stumbled upon some knowledge of electrotherapy is both fascinating and perplexing. But the most popular theory among archaeologists and historians is that the Baghdad Battery was used for electroplating, a process that involves coating one metal with a thin layer of another using an electric current. Some researchers suggest that ancient craftsmen could have used the battery to electroplate objects with a thin layer of gold or silver, creating jewelry or decorative items with a golden appearance. However, the problem with this theory is that no electroplated artifacts from the same period have been found in Iraq or nearby regions, making it difficult to confirm this idea. As fascinating as the Baghdad Battery is, the debate surrounding its purpose has sparked controversy in the archaeological community. Some scholars argue that the artifact was never intended to be a battery at all. They claim it may simply have been a storage jar for sacred scrolls or a container for small ritual items, and that any resemblance to a battery is purely coincidental. These skeptics argue that just because it looks like a battery doesn't mean it functioned as one. The ancient world was filled with unique, mysterious artifacts, and not every artifact with unusual components necessarily had a high-tech purpose. Over the years, scientists have tried to replicate the Baghdad Battery to see if it could actually generate electricity. Experiments have shown that when filled with an acidic liquid, the battery does indeed produce a small voltage, around 0.5 to 1 volt, which is similar to the output of modern AA batteries. While the voltage is small, it's enough to prove that the setup can produce electricity, lending support to Koenig's original theory. Some reconstructions of the battery even managed to produce sparks, though small, hinting that the ancient creators of this device might have had a practical purpose for it. The Baghdad Battery also raises an important question about ancient knowledge and lost technologies. Was this artifact a standalone discovery, or did it belong to a greater tradition of ancient science and technology that has been lost to time? Human history is filled with examples of societies that possess knowledge we don't fully understand today. Whether it's the construction of the Egyptian pyramids, the engineering marvels of ancient India, or the complex irrigation systems of ancient Mesopotamia. Could it be that ancient societies had pockets of scientific understanding that were lost over centuries? The idea of ancient civilizations possessing advanced technologies has even led to theories outside mainstream archaeology. Some enthusiasts believe that ancient societies were visited or influenced by extraterrestrials who imparted knowledge far beyond the understanding of the time. While there's no evidence to support this theory, it reflects humanity's fascination with mysteries that seem to defy explanation. And the Baghdad Battery, with its unusual composition and function, has become a symbol of that fascination, an artifact that challenges our assumptions about what ancient people knew and could achieve. Today, the Baghdad Battery remains one of archaeology's most enduring mysteries. Housed in the National Museum of Iraq, it continues to captivate visitors and researchers alike who wonder if they're looking at evidence of ancient electricity. Is it possible that we're missing pieces of the puzzle, that other artifacts or writings that could explain its purpose have been lost to history? The Baghdad Battery reminds us that history isn't always as simple as we think. It challenges us to keep an open mind about the past and to question the limits of what ancient civilizations might have achieved. Was it really a battery, a tool for electroplating, or simply an unusual storage jar? While we may never know for certain, this artifact remains a powerful reminder that history holds secrets we have yet to uncover. If you're as intrigued by this mysterious artifact as we are, check out our full documentary where we dig even deeper into the theories, the science, and the unanswered questions surrounding the Baghdad Battery. Who knows? Maybe we're only scratching the surface of the knowledge our ancestors once possessed.